Hello folks, what's going on? Welcome back to the show here on FlickDirect, where I give you guys the latest that happened in entertainment news throughout the week, and then I give you guys my personal take on the matter at hand. I'm your host, Austin Putnam, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it was a bit slow this week in terms of movie news and just entertainment news in general, but I found a couple of news stories this week that two in particular made me go, oh my god! And then the other just made me go, oh no. So starting off with the first news story, this is the story this week that I lost my mind the first time I saw this headline. I mean, I think, actually my boss texted me this, Nathan. Love you, Nathan, to death. Seriously, man. So, I don't know about you guys, but I am a massive, and I mean I am a massive fan of Beavis and Butthead. That was one of my favorite shows growing up. And I remember in 2011, the revival made me so happy. And actually, fun fact, one of the episodes aired on my birthday. I will never forget those two episodes. Ever since that revival, I've been waiting on a new Beavis and Butthead season. And guess what, guys? It turns out that Mike Judge is returning once again to do another season of Beavis and Butthead. And the most surprising part is that he's not doing it with MTV, but instead with Comedy Central this time. And honest to God, this might work. It's gonna be weird seeing Beavis and Butthead not on MTV because, you know, one of the best things about Beavis and Butthead when it was on MTV was not just them and their shenanigans and their adventures, but them critiquing music videos, which was always hilarious. But apparently from what I've been hearing this time around, not only is Mike Judge being involved entirely with the voice system, to which, thank God, if he was not involved pretty much in any capacity, I would not be watching. But from what I've been hearing about this season is that Beavis and Butthead are essentially going to be mocking essentially what's happening in today's generation, and I cannot, especially with millennials, I cannot freaking wait to see this. I cannot freaking wait. Mike Judge, thank you for coming back, seriously. Okay, so I sigh when it comes to our second to final news story of this week because when I saw this headline, I could not believe what I was seeing, and I was honestly flabbergasted. So, I don't know if you guys saw Justice League a couple of years ago. It was a movie that was not great. It was a bumpy ride, but it was a movie that I had a fun time with. And Zack Snyder was originally directing before he stepped down to be with his family after his daughter had committed suicide. And I don't know if it was Zack Snyder or Warner Brothers, but it was either one of them that chose Joss Whedon, the director of Avengers and Age of Ultron, to come in and step in to not only oversee rewrites, but to also direct reshoots, which apparently they reshot a lot of this film. And originally, Ray Fisher at Comic-Con, the man who played Cyborg, who I thought was great, even though he didn't have a lot of screen time, if you ask me, he did say originally that Zack Snyder chose Joss Whedon, who was a great guy, to oversee everything. But apparently, as of a couple days ago, Ray Fisher does not share those same sentiments. And actually, as a matter of fact, on Twitter, he posted that video from Comic-Con and he said, I forcibly retract every bit of the statement. Now, I'm pretty sure I'm paraphrasing what he said, but according to Ray Fisher, on the set of Justice League, when Joss Whedon was on set, he was not only gross and unprofessional, but also abusive. Uh-oh. Now, here's the thing, and this is what I will say about Joss Whedon. As a filmmaker, he has given us some great stuff, like the first Avengers movie, I think is one of the greatest comic films of all time, and Age of Ultron wasn't a great film. I think it's one of the weaker MCU films, but it's still a lot of fun nonetheless. But he also provided us with Firefly, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, so there is no doubt that he has had a big impact on pop culture and just culture in general, but everything else, I've been hearing he's kind of a douche behind the scenes. And apparently someone replied to Ray Fisher stating that, I can't remember who it was, but they were saying that no one was enabling this behavior. But the fact that they allow this behavior on set in general, that alone right there, just a big no-no. It's a shame that hearing this after 3 years of this movie coming out, I still can't believe it, in all honesty. Alright guys, so moving on to our last news story of this week. I saw this headline, and just like when it comes to Beavis and Butthead, this makes me so freaking excited. You guys have no idea. Now, like I mentioned before, I know we don't talk video games this much on this show, but I'm a big fan of the Fallout series. I love Fallout 3 and Fallout 4. New Vegas I thought was alright, but 76 we never talk about, to say the least. And guys, I think we can all agree that when it comes to video games being adapted into movies or TV shows, mainly movies, that there hasn't been the best track record. However, it seems that Fallout is the latest video game franchise to be adapted, not into a film, but into a TV series, to which I think is a perfect fit. So it turns out that Amazon Studios, yes, Amazon, is adapting the Fallout series. Now, I don't know which game or if it's just like the Fallout series in general, but it turns out that Amazon is being adapted, and guess who is behind it? The creators of Westworld, which, by the way, if you haven't seen Westworld, I mean, I haven't. Westworld, that involves Jonathan Nolan, the brother of Christopher Nolan. Yeah, I want to see Westworld now, which I've heard nothing but amazing things, but just knowing that Fallout is coming to a TV show or just coming to TV in general makes me really excited. And honestly, knowing how much lore and how much story is in Fallout, this could make for some great TV. This has a lot of potential. It just makes me want to go back and play Fallout 3 and Fallout 4 again. Seriously, cannot wait for this. Alrighty guys, and that is going to wrap it up for this week's show. Please comment down below and let me know, how do you guys feel starting off with Beavis and Butthead returning to TV, but not to MTV, however, to Comedy Central instead? Do you guys think that Comedy Central will allow Mike Judge to do what he wants? Also, when it comes to Ray Fisher's comments about Joss Whedon, does this upset you at all, knowing how much of a footprint that Joss Whedon has left on pop culture, or does this not surprise you? And finally, when it comes to a Fallout television series, are you guys excited to see what the creators of Westworld do have in mind for the show, or do you think that Fallout should stay as a video game series, just not going to anywhere else? Let us know below. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's show. If so, please hit that like button, also share, and don't forget to hit that subscribe and notification bell for whenever a new video from us goes live. If you guys want to see any of our previous 2 shows, please click either right there or there. And of course, until next week's show, we will see you guys next week. Have a great week, guys, and continue to stay safe out there.